I have a theory. MAGA number, but left more emotionally deranged. No, I think it's different types of intelligence. I would say it's different focuses. Because, yeah, there are things where the left is a lot more well-versed. There are things where the right is a lot more well-versed. And the whole point is that they're two wings of the same bird. And they complement each other. But now it's so polarized that you are seeing where the right is smart, the left is stupid. Where the left is stupid, the right is smart. The problem right now is that the left went out of control. They went, the Democrats right now, with this decisive loss that they took, they need to rebrand. The same way the Republicans needed to rebrand when they lost decisively to Obama. I think that the defeat to Obama was decisive. And what happened, Trump ended up, for better or worse, rebranding the Republicans to a way that has united people way more than anybody else did since Obama. Since Obama's campaign. So, the right obviously has better sense of what the people want and how to appeal to them. Right now, they do. The Republicans of Mitch McConnell, of Liz Cheney, of George Bush, and these guys... Yes. In speech, yes, we will see in legislation. I think... Look. I just want J.D. Vance as president now. Like, yeah, let Trump do his thing. He's finishing his story arc, okay? He's finishing his story arc, mandate from heaven, all that kind of thing. I want J.D. Vance. I want 16 terms of J.D. Vance. That guy, I love him. I absolutely love this guy in policy and standing, everything. The guy, there are things I disagree with him, of course, but the guy, I want 50 terms of J.D. Vance. I like that. Dude, the guy is a guy. He's a dude. He's just a dude. He's a dude. I would recommend watch his interview with his podcast with Joe Rogan. He won me over. He completely won me over. The guy is a guy. He's not this, and not in the same way that Trump is, because Trump is not your average politician either. But you know, Trump is a New York asshole, just without the accent. Oh my god, can you imagine Trump with a New York accent? Hey, I'm walking here. I'm fucking walking here. Would you mind? Would you mind? Would you mind? I'm fucking walking here. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. I'm fucking walking. He wanted childless women. No, I saw the entire thing, and that was a joke. The amount of jokes J.D. Vance makes, the guy is not a comedian, and many of the jokes are bad. A lot of it is just dad humor. A lot of it is dad humor. And no, the quote you're referencing, he didn't say that he wanted childless ladies to not participate. He was saying that women with children, their votes will count more because there are more of them. So they would invalidate the childless ladies. And that was very much a joke that he said. You're a Republican, you are emotionally well. I'm not even a Republican. I'm not even American, dude. I'm not even American. I would, if I could have voted, I would 100% voted Trump. I like the new Republicans. I like the America First Republicans. I like them. I really do. I really don't like where the Republicans were before Trump. I like that Trump ended up going in like a bull in a china shop and just took down the establishment that was there, said fuck off to Bush, said fuck off to Cheney, said fuck off to who else? To McConnell. He said fuck off, all of you. That was not a joke, bro. He repeated that multiple times. Yes, that's called reiterating a bad joke. I saw the clips you're talking about, man. I saw those interviews. The guy was not being serious. The guy was not being serious in the least. He was talking about how he prefers, how his preferences towards women to have children. And he values that a lot. Because he's a family person. I'm not gonna say family guy, because that's very different. I am objectively wrong. Can you link the videos then? You should be able to find them on YouTube. Tell you some tags are straight up bad. I'm not even a Republican. I'm not even I can't even register to either of them. I'm not even American. I don't even live in America anymore. Anyway, I want to do the I want to do the math here. So Jamie, link the video. Yeah, go ahead and link, back up your claims. I wanted to do the math here. 405 plus 2940546 plus 3067732 plus 5877610 plus 919318 plus 3207004 plus 584057 plus 1978379 plus 1770071. Oh wow, that's a lot. I thought this block over here was gonna have less people than they do. That's 35 million people. Trump and Vance say something bad. They don't mean it. It's a joke. It's pointed out a problem when Kamala Harris say, pound on what they say. It's called tone and timbre. And I can tell you, I don't like JD Vance's stance on abortion. I don't like it. So I need to get a Jamie. I'm nowhere near big enough for that. But yeah, go ahead and link the YouTube video to this. So this block over here is 35 million people. Holy shit. Came off as more normal and saying that a debate, but I can tell he was still adopting a position rather than one statement he believed. Watch the review. Watch his conversation with Rogan. Watch it. I recommend it. I saw the whole thing. I watched the whole thing. He's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just a dude from fucking Ohio. That's it. That's it. That's what he is. He's just a conservative guy from Ohio of the new wave of conservatives that we have. Okay, so 35 million. Let's go down by population. I want to see high-low. Shit, so the only state with more people than this block is California. Shit, I thought there was going to be way less people. Why is that special? It's not. That's my point. That's the point. It's not special. His is Vox Populi. One of the reasons why he resonates so much with people is that he's from a lot of people. Oh no, Ohio. Yeah, he was, I think, was the senator, I think, for a bit, or the governor. He was in one of the positions. He was somewhat high. Also, guys, should I be president? If you resonate with people, like, look, Vance can speak. The guy knows how to navigate difficult, complex political situations with grace. The guy going on all of these opposing medias, he polls poorly. I don't care about the polls. The polls said that Kamala was going to win. He can speak, and he is very well liked in Ohio. Like, Ohio apparently really likes him. They've re-elected him. And now he's the vice president. The people like him. The polls were wrong. The polls keep being wrong. The polls have been wrong for 10 years now. The polls have been wrong for 10 years now. I don't know what to tell you there. The polls have been wrong for 10 years. The polls don't matter no more. The polls matter as much as sentiment on X. And even on X, you're probably going to have a better representation nowadays of how things go. A Facebook poll probably has more credibility. Republicans don't participate in polls, apparently. A lot of times, yeah. I mean, a lot of the polls are from New York-based and California-based media outlets. So they're most likely gonna poll locally. So it was, who was it that said it? This was like 10 years ago, holy shit. Cause them find them stupid, and now they won. And now they won. If, yeah, polls are not a representative thing. I think it was... Who said this? Who said this? Who said this? Who said this? I'm trying to think. It was something along the lines of, yes, a poll found that 95% of people lean left, and they polled 1,500 Democrats and 100 Republicans. The sample size is way too small. And right now, you want to know which poll mattered right now? Which is the biggest poll? Which is the biggest poll that we had right now? Not this one. I'm gonna tell you the latest poll we had. This is as big a poll as it gets. This is as big a poll as it gets. That is dumb as fuck. This election was a referendum on a lot of things. This was not just Trump versus Kamala. This was a cultural thing. This was a referendum on the state of the culture. Same as how 2020 was a referendum on the state of the culture. We had this discussion, JP, how I will happily concede that the sentiment against Trump was stronger than the sentiment for him. And that is easily why Biden won. I still disagree with the legitimacy of a lot of the measures taken, but he won. He won. Misinformation is part of it, you have to admit. Very true. The Democrats fearmongered way too much. Way too much. If the Democrats had focused on things that actually mattered and things that were actually said, they would have probably done a lot better. I mean, to be fair, the Democrats needed to focus on the cost of living from the get-go. And here's how you know that not a single thing Kamala said was even meant. Like, she did not mean a single one of her policies. She's an office lied. Trump lied a lot too. Oh, he lies a lot. But the thing is, the interesting thing about this fucker over here, he lies about the most useless things. He lies about the most useless things. My heads are big, and the burgers were a mile high, and Rosie O'Donnell's a pig. This one over here was saying that the economy was good. And then realized it wasn't. So flip-flopped. The other side made up things that were not true or didn't make any sense. MAGA... Squirrel, what do you... I'm sorry, MAGA South California? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Welcome to today. Oh yes, there's a lot of lies going on both sides. That's the game of politics. We went through Trump's agenda here. In this channel, we went through the entire thing. Line about tariffs bringing down inflation, for example. Okay. Tariffs, once enacted, do not bring down inflation. The threat of tariffs does. And that's what he's doing. It's called puffing your chest. It's called peace through strength. It's called a deterrent. What did I just say? Tariffs, when implemented, are inflationary. You are correct. Terrence, are you from Cali? No, thank God no. Thank God no. Tariffs, if I was from California, I would sound like this. I would be talking as if everything was like a question. And I would be like putting the word like at every point. The threat of it reduces investment. No, the threat of it, if implemented properly, because Trump did it with wine from France. He did it with wine from France. He called Macron. Macron said, Mr. Trump, American products are getting tariffs. And Trump said, okay, we're going to put 100% tariffs on French wines. Unless you take down the American tariffs. And Macron said, no. And Trump said, okay, we're putting 100%. And they took down the tariffs. It's called a deterrent. And yes, like, if implemented poorly, they absolutely do that. And this man made mistakes with tariffs, and we will see how he does with tariffs. Play the Where is James game? Yeah, go ahead. Try to guess where I'm from. You know what? Try to guess where I'm from. So So you're taking a very reductionist view of the tariffs because you're talking about the implementation of tariffs, which, yes, 100% is. But tariffs and this whole thing in politics, a good chunk of it is not just the enactment of policy. A good chunk of it is the threat of enacting policy. And that's where this man is an absolute genius. He wrote a book about it. Tariffs only negotiating tactic for good trade. Yes. Tariffs are multifaceted. Tariffs are multifaceted. You can use them as a tax on either the local people or as a way to disincentivize other places. He's not a genius, let's be real. What other person in the history of the world has managed to make his last name such a strong brand that people pay millions or upon millions to just get the brand on, to just get his last name as part of the brand? This man built a media empire and built a brand so powerful, so strong, that up until 2015, people would go crazy. This man is almost as famous, if not as famous as Jesus. And this is not blasphemy. This is objectively true. You don't do that by being an idiot. You don't, like, one of the things that people say that Biden is stupid. No, Biden is incompetent in a few things, but the guy is a sly, smart, clever motherfucker. He knows how to do things. The guy just went in a very different direction, but it's the same type of mentality. You don't get to the position that he's in. What Trump is as he's simple. He is very simple. He's a very simple man. He's extremely simple. And in that sense, he absolutely is. Problem is, from what I've seen, Trump and supporters think that China pays the tariffs, not the importers in the US. And that's where the play is. Because if you bring up the prices from China, relatively speaking, yes, you're going to bring inflation up to an extent, and then people are going to start buying America. That's the whole point of thing. He's not dumb, but he's not a genius. We can agree to disagree there. The one thing I would give him, he verbalized the concept of the big ask. Like, this was a thing that has been a very common business strategy for a very long time. But in his book, he put it in the simplest possible terms, the big ask. You make an unreasonable request, and then you negotiate down to what you want. If that's not what this guy did, is the right person has won, at least looking after his own country. Love Trump. Musk 48? No. I want Vance 48. I want Vance to be 48. But yeah, no, like, we went through the policies of each candidate. Granted, we didn't go through the policies of Kamala once she put policies in our website. Because we went through the policies of each candidate from their websites when Kamala launched her campaign. I do that fantasy football, they tell me to fuck off. Yeah. Because it's an asshole thing to do. Nobody has ever accused Donald Trump of not being an asshole. The guy is fierce. The guy is as cutthroat as it gets. He wasn't a Wall Street wolf. The guy was a Wall Street snake. This guy, when it comes to negotiation, he has negotiated his way up to the presidency. You don't do that by just being stupid. You don't do that by not having something other people don't have. And this right here, I would say is a referendum on that. Among other things. Jesus saved Justin. Welcome to today, by the way. I would apologize for not seeing your message. I was lost in thought there. Let me go grab some water. I'll be right back. Enjoy the map. 1 minute. All right, I'm back. I'm back. It's not baby oil. It's not baby oil. Why am I so interested in American politics? I used to live in the US. I used to live in the US, and it affected me directly. I had to leave the US because of the migrant caravan of 2018. And that skyrocketed my interest. Like, in general, I lived in Boston for a while, so very political during the 2016 election. 2018, it skyrocketed everything for me. I like watching the debates, mostly because Trump always says some of the real stuff. And the craziest thing is that Trump is wrong in the most accurate ways possible. Why'd I have to leave? Okay. Oh boy. Alright, trauma dump time. So. I am not American. Y'all get one guess to guess where I'm from. Hint. I don't look like my people. I don't sound like my people. I don't act like my people. That's the one thing. It wasn't the migrant van, no. You get one guess. Get one guess of where I'm from. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. And in the meantime, let me address the Trump being wrong. The most recent example... can you ask questions? Africa? Yeah, you wish. That was very radical. Okay, I'll give you 3 questions. You can ask 3 questions. I will not answer if one of them is where are you from. So, the claim of the Haitians are eating the cats and the dogs and the pets. So, not South Africa, correct. Okay, yeah, he was wrong. The Haitians were not eating cats and dogs. In I think it was was it in Ohio? Iowa? One of those. It was African migrants who had been there before. It wasn't a widespread thing. It was just a phenomenon that was happening from some African migrants that had been there for a lot longer. The Haitians, what they were doing was they were getting driver's licenses when they shouldn't have, because the government was issuing them driver's licenses. And they were getting a lot of car crashes and killing a lot of people in car accidents. Unintentional, because they're just bad drivers. Could be Latin American? Probably not. You have 3 questions. Go ahead and ask 3 questions. And then you get to make your guess. Oh god. Dunkel has sent me something. What is this? Tyler Oliveira has released a new video. Holy shit. You will figure this out? Go on, you have 3 questions. Formulate them really well. Formulate them really well. Just replying to Dunkel. He just sent me the video. Let me just send this myself. Because I'm watching this, dude. I'm watching this. Tyler Oliveira makes such good documentaries. Nice. Am I European? No. Gonna put it into recommendations here so that I can watch it later. No, I am not European. That was a good question. Yeah, that was very well thought. At some point, I think I have European ancestry. I think. I just don't care enough. I just don't care enough to ask. By the way, if you like the music that is playing in the background, that's me. I wrote that music. I recorded that music. That's me. Pretty much all of it. You can get the links for that to listen for free. Exclamation point music available on all platforms. SoundCloud, not SoundCloud. Spotify, YouTube, Apple, iTunes, Amazon, all of those. All of those. If you like the music. As I've seen videos about the things I actually know something about in more depth, I don't think Tyler Miller makes us very good. He goes very partisan and very propaganda about things. The Polish one, yes. The Polish one, yes. Absolutely. I will agree with you on that one. He did not give a voice to Where did I learn throat singing from? Oh, that's another story. I'm self-taught for throat singing. William, welcome to today, by the way. I do throat singing, yes. I do Mongolian throat singing, yes. Like, it's in the music that is playing in the background. I'm in a couple... I know that there's a documentary. Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And I do it professionally nowadays. I mean, I don't make a... I'm not full-time a throat singer, but I do it, yeah. I can only hear the guitar. Well, there's... Hang on. I'm on this setup now. I can bring this track up. Hang on. Where is this? Let me play for you. This track is called Berserk Pulse. It's my favorite track that I've worked on in a very long time. It's one of my favorites. There are others, but this is Berserk Pulse by Realecta. I do the throat singing and the morning core here. It's painted by present things, big success on the right, and such a yeah. I remember that, yeah. This track, dude. I'm the vocals. I'm the throat singing. It's so good, dude. Realecta is such a good... He's such a good good DJ. Here, let me share you the link. This is the Spotify link. I have some Central Asian traits. I do. Okay. Yes, formulate your second question. So there you go. That's the techno throat singing. Infinite, no, welcome to today. How you doing? Yes, indeed. Techno throat singing. It's not the first time. I don't think it's the first time I've done it, but this is the most recent example. And it's so much fun. It was so much fun. I still need to make... William, welcome to the mosh pit. Welcome to today. Chad Real Talk. AK, welcome to today. By the way, Tuesdays are Throat Singing Tuesdays. You can request any song you want to see me throat sing along, and I will throat sing along to it. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. So... North Korea! Who should he appoint? That's gonna be the biggest question. Because there's what, like 14,000? I think he's been thinking about that very carefully. Are you Stephanie, you an ambassador? No, no, Alex Jones. Every position, just Alex Jones. Just Alex Jones, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Ambassador to every country. Just Alex Jones. Just put Alex Jones. What role should be Vivek Ramaswamy? Ooh, Vivek. I would put him in maybe Treasury. Maybe Treasury. Treasury or Energy. Yeah. Department of Education. That I have... The Department of Education needs a massive overhaul. Like, it either needs to get completely hard reset and change it into something completely different, or get a massive overhaul. So yeah, there you go. That song in the background was Berserk Pulse by Realecta with yours truly in the vocals. It's so good. It's so good. Go ahead, Accidental Chaos. Go ahead. I thought I was entering a liberal chat. Why? Why? Shit, do I look that bad? Look, I know I'm fat, but, you know, I'm not. Oh, I love the song, dude. And on Tuesdays we do throat singing. You request whatever song you want, I learn it on the spot, and we throat sing along. Because all these Twitch chatters are lefty. I mean, yeah, that's the overwhelming culture here. And I'm not. I am... Well, according to Americans, I am far-right extremist, transphobe, Islamophobe, what other phobes are there? Racist, sexist. But I'm here in Hungary, so I am a centrist. I live in Hungary. So, look, I am contractually obligated by my workplace and by the Department of Immigration here in Hungary to be racist, to be sexist, and to uphold the right-wing view of the world. So, I can't say it. I can say it in a straight face. But yeah, I understand that most social media has been dominated by the left wing for a very long time. I don't agree with... I don't like it right now. The current version of the left sucks. The core tenets of the current nonsense ideology that has taken over the movements requires people to reject the notion of linear time, and I'm not doing that. Where is you're bringing Mike Pompeo for defense secretary? I want Tulsi to be in defense. I want Tulsi to be defense. I want Tulsi Gabbard in the Department of Defense. Pompeo can be her secretary. I want Tulsi. I want Tulsi. That's the that's the person I want in Department of Defense. She's as anti-war as it gets. She gets the US out of the Middle East. So, about DOD. Wait, which one is the military? She might not be tough against Iran. Might not be tough enough. Department of Defense, right? Okay. Or you could, put more than one. Who should run Secret Service? Alex Jones. I tell you, I just want a version of this world where we just see him run everything. I just want Alex Jones, after how many decades of yelling against the deep state, to just run it. Like, okay, buddy, it's yours. Take it. Do what you will. I want that. I want that so bad. I don't like Alex Jones is hilarious. I find him absolutely hilarious. I don't see him as like a teller of truths or anything like that. I see him as an entertainer. Oh my god, let him run the CIA. Like, just give him the entire deep state. Oh my god. He's hilarious. He's a comedian. He's a brilliant comedian. He is in that super gray area between comedy and satire. Like, flat out comedy and satire. So, oh god, it would be so funny. It would be so funny. Giving Safari would be. Oh yeah, of course. Like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it in the real world. I would just love to see how it would play out. Like, he's insane. He's absolutely insane. Like, the guy has probably seen several lifetimes worth of horrors in his life. And he's just coping. Secretary of Homeland Security. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. No, I don't think Alex Jones should hold any official position. He needs to stay he needs to stay doing his thing and just uncover whatever dirty secrets the current administration has. That's what Alex Jones has been doing. He's just coming up with the craziest shit and occasionally getting it right. Don't forget, before Obama, Alex Jones was doing so much against Bush. The left used to love Alex Jones. Alex Jones is opposition. News reporter? I wouldn't call him news reporter. He is the craziest type of journalist, and I'm using that term very loosely. I'm using journalist very loosely here. The guy does the weirdest kind of digging in the places people least expect it and finds the craziest shit, whether true or not. That's him. That's him. And he, just like Trump himself, he tends to be right in the weirdest ways if he's right. If he's right. Trump, a lot of the times, is usually there's like, okay, you're talking about this thing, but you mean this thing. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense what you're saying. Alex Jones is like, he's going to miss 9 out of 10 times, and the one time he hits the weird angle. The clearest one is they're turning the freaking frogs gay. Turns out the fluoride in the water wasn't turning the frogs gay, it was turning them hermaphrodites and trans. He was right in the weirdest fucking way. Jeffrey Epstein. He was going on about this shit for decades. And turns out he was right in the weirdest fucking possible way. Like, you take away the inflammatory language that he uses, because he uses inflammatory language all the fucking time. And then you realize, okay, there is something there that he's actually pointing towards. He's just not doing himself any favors here. There's also, he's absolutely a paranoid schizophrenic. There's no way he's not a paranoid schizophrenic. Yeah. Yeah, he's legitimate, like, he needs medication. But the problem is, if you give him medication, he's just gonna become another commentator. He's gonna lose his X factor. So, there are currently talks to make Alex Jones press secretary. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Of course Trump Jr. endorses the idea. Trump Jr. tends to be a shit poster as well. It was a natural process. The thing's only triggered out of season. Yeah, no, like as I said, he was right in the weirdest way. Like, the fluoride in the water was altering the frogs' the frogs' biology. It was triggering it earlier out of season or not. It was still happening. So, oh my god, no, I want Kayleigh McEnany back. No, if they don't break, no, I want Kayleigh McEnany back, dude, for press secretary. She was brilliant. She was the best press secretary I've ever seen. They have to bring her back. Come on, no. Alex Jones would be hilarious, but I want Kayleigh McEnany. Like, real talk, I want Kayleigh McEnany. And by the way, what happened to the questions about where I'm from? He just keeps the same. Nah, dude, I don't want. Why the fuck do they? Okay, why the fuck is the haircut of the blacktivists right now the fucking palm tree? Why the fuck are the blacktivists using the ugliest fucking haircut they could possibly get? The ugliest hairstyle they could possibly get. Why are the blacktivists? Because it's not just Corinne Jean-Pierre. It's a lot of blacktivists that just have the palm tree. It's stupid. It's such a stupid haircut. It's such a stupid hairstyle. It looks stupid. I don't get it. Palm trees are beautiful. These hairstyles are not. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. These hairstyles are stupid. Troubled vans should not ever travel together. It's not safe, especially between now and the... Yeah, that's called the designated survivor, and I don't think they travel together. I think that's standard procedure. I think that's standard procedure for them to travel separately. They're very rarely going to be in the same room. That's usually how it goes. Like, same thing happened with Kamala and Biden. They were very rarely in the same room. Although there are rumors that they hate each other's guts, but that's different. Vance completely won me over. Like, at first, I was like, he looks weird. He sounds a little bit weird. He is a little bit weird. Some of his stances I don't like. And then I heard him speak. I look like Vance. No, I look weird and I'm fat. That's different. And I have way longer hair. I have way longer hair than Vance. Okay, that's just the green screen. That's just his green screen. He did. He really did. Like, I saw a bunch of his interviews. I saw the vice presidential debate. Yeah, no, I saw the guy is both very civil and just a dude. He is just a dude. I looked at Tyler Video videos star and actually researched some of the stuff I think he will talk about in the video. A whole lot of my problems is overblown. Majority of people that were arrested had made illegal threats and incited to violence directly, both which are not allowed in the US. Yep. There was a fear-mongering about people arrested for protesting, while every person looked at either attacked cops, committed arson, or did something actually illegal. That's the left wing from the past like 10 years approach. What country did, what jurisdiction did he do? And yeah, Vance absolutely, like the guy, I wouldn't say he did 100% in everything, but the guy is just so fucking genuine. Excuse me. I hope, I'm probably right about Tulsi. But Jeppy, what jurisdiction was he doing? Sketchy, welcome to today. How you doing? Welcome to today. It's not quite as charismatic as Bombastic. Yeah, and, yeah, he got 301 so far. And I think what jurisdictions are left? 301, like this is, and not just the presidency, they keep everything, man. The videos about the UK and also 2024 riots. Oh. No, like in general, I'm saying the overall thing in the past 10, since Occupy Wall Street, the people being arrested and like they giving the protester side and taking the side of the protesters, rioters, whatever you want to call it. That used to be that's been the left wing thing. The UK is such a weird. The UK one is such a weird one though. They do have a two-tiered system right now though. At least in some areas, which is weird. But you know, there's also France and everything. But yeah, I like Tulsi a lot. My favorite thing about Tulsi was when she, in a couple of minutes, destroyed Kamala Harris's presidential campaign in 2019. That was my favorite thing that Tulsi Gabbard ever did. I don't care about it. I don't care if Tulsi Gabbard just sits in an office playing chess with herself for the next 4 years. The fact that she destroyed Kamala in a single... That to me is, she deserves to retire after that. She's still going. Good. I like her. She's cool. She's beautiful. She's great. Awesome. Yeah, no. 2028 is going to be amazing. Dude, the Republican Party is already... the Republican Party is a very interesting amalgamation right now. And it's just the fact that the Republican Party... I've said it before. The Republican Party of Mitch McConnell, of George Bush, of Liz and Dick Cheney, of whatever other Republican, Lindsey Graham, is gone. That Republican Party is gone. It's finally gone. And now we get the new generation. And the Democrats are going to need a similar rebrand. Kind of, yeah, like a lot of them are still going to be there, but they're going to either toe the line with Donald Trump and the America First Republicans, or he gets the fuck out. Jesus, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. Welcome again to today. Let me just catch up a little bit more. They still got, yeah, they got all of Congress. They got all of Congress. Like now, where's the thing? I expect these are the trends. I expect the line of immigration, of illegal immigration, to go straight down. That's what I want right now. Let me see. We have too many choices. That's a good problem to have. Trump's already expressed the desire to make Doug more in charge of energy. I don't know who that is. Is she good at chess? I don't care. I don't care if Tulsi spends 4 years learning how to play chess, and that's it. She did anything. Gonna be the Secretary of Defense. Okay, interesting. I don't know who that is. Conservative judges and shit. For me, I don't care as much if it's conservative or liberal, as long as it's constitutionalists. Like, as long as they keep following the Constitution, I'm fine with it. Let's see. Oh man, I'll comment about the title of the video because I can see already where it's going. I looked into the riot. So many people were convicted so quickly. Found out they just had a video evidence and people pled guilty. I have a friend in the UK that I talk, and one of them is total fearmonger. So whenever he says something, is research 100% wrong. Okay. Yeah, like the UK. I don't want to go to the UK. I don't like it. Stuffed Animal Modern Torture, welcome to today. Sorry, I was not expecting that kind of name. How you doing? Welcome to today. I correct you on something? Yes, please do. Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch the Tyler video. And if it's about the UK, I'm already kind of not interested. I genuinely don't care so much about the UK. I really don't. I don't know why. I really don't know why, man. I'm not that interested in the UK. Like, I might actually skip it because it's about the UK. Not European. No, not European. Not European. Chameleon. Yes, I'm gonna need more water. This room is so fucking warm. Like, I don't need to take a piss because I'm sweating it all off. It's insane. Oh. Yes, yes, Chameleon, you have 2 more questions, by the way, to guess where I'm from. To guess where I'm from. And then you get my story as to why I left the US. We still gotta do it. Fuck it, it's almost midnight here. Am I South American? Define where South America starts for you. Define the first country of South America for you. Mexico. That's William. Chameleon. Where do you define South America as starting? Which country would you say starts South America? We have a convenient map over here. Which country? Because there are places that say South America starts with Guatemala. There are places that say South America starts in Panama. There are places that say that South America starts in Colombia. Mexico has always been North America. That one has always been North America. It's south of America, but Mexico's North American. Yes. He's heading. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let Chameleon cook. Let Chameleon cook. Okay. Let Chameleon cook. So, welcome back, Chaos. Welcome back, Chaos. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let the man cook. Let him cook. Your question is answered. Okay. All right, cool. Because I just wanted the clarification if, All right. Oh, wow. You figured that. All right. I'm going to let you formulate your third question. Let me go fill the water bottle. We'll be right in like 30 seconds. By the way, if you like the music, that's mine. I'm going to read down the JP one as I get back. 1 second. I'm back. Sorry, I grabbed a little bit of my steak. I ended up grabbing another bite of my steak. Oh my god. So good. Oh my god, it's such a good steak. Alright, yeah, I live in Hungary. I live in Hungary right now. So, there you have it. Jeppy says... Fearmonger is fearmonger. Okay. You state the Nikon faction of the Berkeley Biders no more. It's just not the case. Corey will lead the Senate. Outside the Rick Scott. You know, like, I'm not saying that the entire party is completely gone. But they've lost cultural power. They've lost cultural power. I'm a hungry fellow living in I just took a bite of my steak, yes. My beautiful blue ribeye steak. You know where I'm from? Okay. Yeah, he mentioned it. Yeah. So yeah, no, like, yeah, of course, objectively speaking, there are still neocons and, like, old school Republicans in the Republican Party. Of course there are. They have lost the cultural power that they had. Like, right now, if you see the Mitch McConnells or anything like that, especially now that Trump has nothing to lose. And yes, if you missed it, we did cook it earlier. I'm gonna enable the VOD after this, because we made fried rice and we made a steak with steak potatoes. It was so good, dude. Not bad for my first ever cooking stream. Let me show you the setup again. Let me show you the setup again, because it's so jerry-rigged. I love it. What currency does my country of origin use? Shit, that gives it away. I'm not answering that one. Because that gives it away. That completely gives it away. I'm not answering that one. I don't want to answer that one, because that one immediately gives it away. That one immediately gives it away. Because currency is such a thing. Hey! Yeah, because then I'm just telling you. Then you're not guessing anymore, because I'm just telling you where I'm from. So, okay. My country uses a country-specific currency. I'll give you one extra question. I'll give you one extra question after that. Like, ask a different question. Ask a different question, yes. I'll give you an extra question. It has a unique country currency to its country, yes. You're going in with the formulating. I think you're the person who has put the most effort into this guess. I did give you 3 questions though. You wanted to scare the shit out of me, didn't you? So yeah, take a look at this. Is what we used for my very first cooking stream. This is the microphone, which is hanging from its cable. Like, the setup is still there. Webcam here, webcam of the laptop. Here's you. Here's you, chat. Like, here's the interface. This is as jerry-rigged a setup as it gets, and I loved it. I still need a better webcam for the face cam, but it was still good. Let me catch up with the DMs need to drop their old forks that are plaguing them, and they also need to drop the insane ideology that they have right now. The ideology that they have right now is fed by social media algorithms. Makes zero sense. It's inherently contradictory, uses circular logic, and it is... I think it has two aspects. Two devastating tenets to it. Number one, it requires you to reject the notion of linear time. What do I mean by that? They are trying to establish things that contradict the idea of linear time. They are trying to hold Abraham Lincoln to the standards of today, and judging him as if those were to apply back then. Should I ask you the nearest body of water? To me? Or to my country of origin? Does the country sound Mexican? Every country can sound Mexican if you say it bad enough, okay? So, okay. Yeah, no, go ahead. Ask something that I can actually answer. So, you know, applying the logic of today and judging someone entirely based on that. And to me, the one that really... this is what turned me off from the left. Dead naming. It sounds fucked up, but the idea that I cannot acknowledge who you used to be, and to me, it was Ellen Page. That's the one that completely solidified me that this makes no fucking sense. Ellen Page was a beautiful woman actress. She starred in a lot of movies. Really good movies, really good shows. Including one of my favorite movies of all time, Inception. One moment. Okay. I have here in my hands a physical copy of the film Inception. Tell me. Tell me, where is this? What name is here? Shit, the red is, the red makes it difficult. Over here. This is Ellen Page. This is Ellen Page. Ellen Page was a woman actress that starred in the... What year is this? 2000 and... 20... I think it was 2011? 2010 film Inception. The person who played the role of this lady over here was Ellen Page. But if we Google nowadays the film Inception, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? We go to the credits, and from 2010, you have changed as Ellen Page. But now it's Elliot Page, and every single credit needs to change. No, I'm not gonna change I'm not gonna change the past. The past is there. History is there. Ellen Page ceased to be, and then became transitioned into Elliot Page. And apparently, acknowledging Ellen Page is dead naming, and you shouldn't do it. Therefore, this fucker over here is just some dude. How many countries does it border? 4. Directly. There you go. That's your last question. Because they get to this page, that's how it shows in the person's credited. Yes. But we're talking that this person is the that's not your question? Okay. Oh boy. Or did you ask it to somebody else? That was a good question though. Yeah. But that's the thing, right? Everywhere you look right now, you no longer see Ellen Page. They changed the fucking they changed everything from everything that Ellen Page was ever in. They changed it to Elliot Page. And this is the most sane one example that I have, because I met plenty of people like that, and I can acknowledge that you have transitioned and you are now a new person. Doesn't change that you once were. Should you refer to Muhammad Ali as Cassius Clay? Depends on which time we're talking about. Was it before or after people referred to him as Cassius Clay? See, so Guatemala and Honduras, pick. Pick one. Wrong! But yeah, basically, pick one and make your guess. Pick one and make your guess. So basically, it wasn't so much the idea of dead naming. Like, I'm okay with, yes, you've transitioned and everything, but it's the fact that now I must rewrite everything I ever knew about you and just acknowledge you as the person that you are now. And I acknowledge that this is usually not with the trans people themselves, it's the activists. Trans people themselves, they will be more than happy that, oh yeah, before this date, I was XYZ. Now I'm ABC. That's fine. They're not people running the movement. So, what is this? Grace Caroline Curry. What is this? Oh, go ahead, Chameleon. Make your guess. Here's has an Aztec etymology. I'm not gonna answer that. And the crazy. Yeah, no, that's not the point. That's not the focus I want to make. This person just changed their name. Do you still want to refer to as Grace Fulton or Grace Curry? That's different, because when somebody changes their name, yeah, you will refer in that way, but we will acknowledge that there was a change of name. The problem I had was when the political activists were starting like, no, 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 no. You even mentioning the previous name is offensive. And you should not do it. It makes you a horrible person. So that is tenet number 1. Stage name versus identity. James R. Bastard, believe it or not, is not my real name. That's my stage name. Elliot Page legally changed name. Absolutely. And you referring to as Ellen Page, formerly referred to as, formerly known as, known back then as, makes you a horrible person. That's the standard. That's the standard. And I'll tell you, because I talked with these activists, and that's the standard. Holy fuck. Chameleon Eyes 11. You are the first ever person in the history of this channel to accurately guess where I'm from. I'll give you the asterisk that I gave you 3 questions, but you have accurately guessed where I'm from. I am from Guatemala. Born and raised. I lived in Guatemala for the first 17 years of my life. You didn't have 3 questions. You didn't ask. I lived in Guatemala for the first 17 years of my life. William guessed first? Well, but you guessed wrong. You guessed South Africa first in the first try. There you go. Congratulations. And Pop Sheps, welcome. It's Jover. Yes, it is. It's Jover. It's been Jover for a while. Welcome to today. Nice, man. Okay. So to close the argument, right? So there was the tenet of rejecting the notion of linear time in that sense, because if you acknowledge this type of thing, but you also need to judge people by the sins of their forefathers, but at the same time not. It's contradictory inherently, right? You didn't guess South Africa. Where did you guess? Let me pull up your messages, because now I'm curious. Let me check. You guessed Mexico. No, let me go a little bit further. Let me see, because I'm going through your messages right now. Yeah, no, you guessed Mexico, William. You guessed Mexico. Actually, no. What do you mean maybe? It's right here. Because before this, we were talking about Tulsi, then we started to talk about it, and you said Mexico. It's right here. Did that count? I'm going to count it as it counts. Because then South of America, and Central America's a lot of kids from currency, Pacific, and you never didn't guess Mexico? Then we're probably talking about Mexico. But before this, I don't see... we were talking about something completely different, and then look at that. There's at no point did you say Guatemala. So when it's oh yeah, South America start. Yes, you started with throat singing. Yes, you started with throat singing. Yeah, that was tenet number 1, and tenet number 2, which is the one that I think did the most damage, was it was worth the effort. You are the very first person to get it right on the first guess. Granted, you asked for three questions. You asked for questions. I gave you 3, and you really put in the work. So congratulations, congratulations. And the second tenet that turned me away, and I think a lot of people away from the left, was the rejection of basic human emotions. In particular, the emotion that many people hate it. Many people, not that. I hate, yeah. The rejection that you should even entertain the notion of hate. This, and stay with me, because I'm gonna develop this one. Chameleon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. This was gonna take me a moment to let me weave my way into this, right? The left hates hate. The left tells you have to be kind, you have to love. You must never at any point feel hate. You must never deal with hate. You must never entertain hate. You must never, ever, ever even be near hate. You don't... How many of you have you heard the phrase, you don't need that type of negativity in your life? We all have. While the sentiment is okay, of course, feeling hate is an awful thing. It's a natural human emotion of rejecting something. And it is atrocious. It's such a bad thing. But if you are rejecting the notion of this altogether, you are also rejecting how to deal with the emotion. How to process it. How to live through it. How to let it happen. And how to properly dispose of it. And if you don't know how to deal with hate, when it happens, and you just put a band-aid over it, it's still going to be there. Can't hate, you can't, is the power of the dark side. There you go. And you know, and a lot of this, and this is something that has been coming for a very long time. And so when you see a lot of these things, when it comes to hate, you see that they don't know how to deal with hate. They don't know how to deal with it. The left does not know how to deal with hate. And what happens? If you don't know how to deal with hate, hate is going to happen to you, whether or not you want to. This is about the left, yes. The left does not know how to deal with hate. This is what what I'm saying, one of the tenets that ruined people. And if you don't know how to deal with hate, it's just going to start fostering, and it's going to start infecting, and it's going to gangrene up, and it's just going to stay there. Because if you don't know how to deal with it, and you don't know how to dispose of it, if you don't know how to dispose yourself of hatred, if you don't know how to do this, the hatred just stays there. But you are told that you don't feel hate. What you're feeling is not hate. It's not hateful. You're not a hateful person. You don't feel hate. Smut. Sorry, the way it showed on... Let me show you how it showed in Restream, because I use Restream chat. It made no sense the way it showed up. So, when you let hatred do this, and yes, even worse than becoming hateful and doing this, it creates what I believe was the culture that killed the left. Because if you just decide, okay, we're gonna put this under the rug and we're gonna pretend that hate doesn't even exist, you create toxic positivity. You create a culture of toxic positivity, and we've all seen it. We have all seen this culture and how it festers and how it is unbearable. This is not natural. It is an unnatural culture that does nothing but foster hate. It's one of the most hateful, hate-filled, miserable cultures that we have, because it's people that don't know how to deal with hate feeling it over and over and over again, because they have been convinced that hate doesn't exist for them. They don't feel it. Alright, Jeppy, cut you around. Yes, I should soon, but this is way too good a conversation. So you have these two tenets that are core parts of an ideology. These are core parts of the left's culture right now. The toxic positivity culture. Let's say you have a group of 5 people. The toxic positivity, they are going to love bombing each other's over and over and over and over and over and over as long as they are all in agreement 100% of the time. And as soon as one person disagrees with them with one thing, with one fundamental thing, as long as once the wrong question is asked or the wrong point of view is given, this pops up. But this doesn't exist. And if this doesn't exist, neither should the person that caused it. It creates a culture of authoritarianism. Absolutely. It creates an authoritarian culture, but the problem is, unlike with other authoritarian regimes, this one is cannibalistic in nature. This one creates a cycle, because now, okay, we have 4 people here who are left, who are love bombing each others, and they are, oh my god, you're so good, slay, there's no such thing as the bad choice, until one of them says, hey, shouldn't, you know, hey, Susie, shouldn't, aren't you a little fat? You know, you're gonna die young if that happens. What happens? Fat phobic. Out. In general. And now there's 3 people left. We have Susie, Ryan, and Carl. And now these 3 are love bombing each other, and they are good and slay queen, and everything is right. And then Susie asks Carl, "What is a woman?" And now Susie is gone. Cast out. You must not question anything. And now there's 2. And then there's 1. And then there's none. And that's what we've seen happen. And that's what we're seeing happen culturally. This election was in part a referendum on this culture. The people are tired of the culture of toxic positivity that has been fostering and festering for the past several decades. So, authoritarianism breeds this. It's a type of authoritarianism, but authoritarianism can, yes, you're right, it can. They don't have the power to enforce it. Exactly, they would like North Korea or the Soviets or anything. But the problem is, when it comes to places like North Korea or Russia, you have it from a top-down perspective, and the cultural aspect is a way of enforcing. It becomes a way of enforcing the policies of usually communism. In these cases, it has been communism or fascism, Nazism, whatever branch of authoritarianism you want to see, right? But the problem is, and the thing with a lot of these is that it is from the top down, and that's why they falter. Authoritarian systems usually are top down. You have a few people at the tippy top that do this top down, and it crumbles from the top down. The problem right now is that with the left, this was a bottom-up movement. But the foundations, these 2 foundational tenets that we have a lot of cracks in them. And the problem is they artificially kept applying institutional power, because then they ended up with people at the top and people at the bottom. And the modern left is top down, absolutely. So they worked their way into being top down, but the problem is you do have a bunch of people. So right now, the current left, I would say, shit, not this. No, fuck off. The current view of this, I would say, let me just reset this. I would say we have this nice pyramid, and the left right now, I would say, is somewhere here and here. Over here is mixed, and over here has been mostly right. So over here we have left, over here we have left, here we have mixed, here we have mixed, and here we have very much right. And the problem is that down here, you have a little bit of left as well. Down here, you have a little bit of left as well. And the thing is, usually these movements work their way up. And right now, the left worked its way up. And they are trying to force all of these to be left. You must be left. You must have, and in this sense, absolutely 100% authoritarian. I was saying this the other day, right? How can a space become left-wing nowadays? A space becomes left-wing nowadays if 100% of the space is controlled in every single way by the left. Shit. Top one and has tried to weapon, and the top weaponized it for a very long time. Let me just remake this L, it's ugly. A space is left-wing when they control every single aspect, and that's the cannibalistic nature. And right now, the problem that the current left has is that it's been cultural first. The economic policies don't make sense because they come out of a culture that doesn't make sense. The military policies don't make sense because it comes out from a culture that doesn't make sense. Nothing about it makes sense. Nothing makes sense about them because it was cultural first and everything else later. Most authoritarian regimes that we've seen with an iron stronghold will be cultural and economic and military and whatever other aspects you want, but usually they are synergetic with one another, where the culture feeds into the military, that feeds into the economics, that feeds into everything, usually flawed in many ways. Crazy Nate, welcome to today. How you doing, man? And they just go back and forth. The problem is that the left nowadays had the culture and not much else, because nothing else makes sense. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. The cultural aspects of it don't make sense, and it got propped up. What I believe was a lot of it was social media, which created an ideology that was never thought through. It was never thought through. So we get these ideas. Why is that when you go away from the top says you get exiled? Yeah, you get kicked out, and it's cannibalistic. So back to the what are we talking about? Just general politics. So let's go back to the example over here. A space right now is considered left-wing if 100% of the space is controlled by the left. A good example of this? Reddit. You cannot find a right-wing view on Reddit without seeing it banned 5 minutes later. Or a centrist view. It all has to be left-wing. It all has to be of the left. It has to be. r/conservative used to be. Used to be. I was in Reddit before. I used to browse Reddit before the Tumblr exile. Before the Tumblr exodus. Here's my conspiracy theory. Here's my conspiracy theory. Grab your tinfoil hats and wear them for me because I can't wear hats. My hair is too puffy, so I can't wear hats. So wear them for me, please. Yahoo buying Tumblr and turning it into a Christian website, in other words, banning porn, was what triggered a lot of these things. Let me explain. As we discovered, thanks to a certain someone, I am from Guatemala. I am Latino. By creed, by birth, I was born and raised in Guatemala. There is a certain website that people use to shitpost in Anglo-speaking countries. We all know it. We all know it. People in English-speaking countries use 4chan to shitpost and to troll and everything. The meme boards are 4chan for the English speakers. In Latin America, we did not have that. In Latin America, thanks to the Chileans, we used Tumblr. Latin Americans used Tumblr for their meme boards, for their memes and their messages and everything. And we had a very interesting synergy because you had two overall sides of Tumblr. You had the weird feminist Tumblr, and you had the Latino Tumblr. Feminist Tumblr. Every single idea that you see from the left right now in Tumblr was in every major left-wing schizo major outlet or view or whatever used to be in Tumblr in 2009. Why? Because I would see it. I would see it. I grew up learning English and Spanish at the same time. I'm bilingual. As you can tell, I don't have much of a Latino accent anymore. And this is a border that the feminists respected. That the Tumblr feminists respected. A lot. We don't fuck with your feminist views. We don't fuck with your porn. You don't fuck with our memes. It's that simple. We don't fuck with you. You won't fuck with us. We had a very, very, very lovely synergy going on. Eventually, the Latinos grew tired of Tumblr. We found other places. I left those message boards. I left them behind. I just stopped caring, right? But every single thing, from the blue hair to the sexual liberation to the trans issues, down to the children transitioning, down to every single thing, the Black Lives Matter stuff, every single thing that the left has right now was on feminist Tumblr 15 years ago. Every single escalation we've seen in the ideology, I saw it. Because, you know, Tumblr had its algorithm and it would still recommend you stuff. It would say, hey, you know, here's whatever. Like, I would see some of the feminists' porn or like a fan fiction or or one of their rants about how they hated their dad or something, or how they were painting their hair or something. Everything we see right now, I saw in 2009. I saw it. A year or two after I got internet, I started frequenting these, 2009, 2010, and I was seeing every single thing. From the gender pay gap to the Black Lives Matter. It wasn't called Black Lives Matter, it had a different thing, but the whole racial thing was there, the whole sex thing, everything, abortion, trans rights, every single thing was there. And it was contained within Tumblr. They would not venture out. Especially during the Great Meme War, when the feminists of Tumblr decided to go to 4chan and try to fuck with them. They tried to go to war against 4chan. And 4chan fought back. And we, as the shitposters of the Latinos, we joined in. I lived through it, man. I lived through it. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. And after that, they learned their lesson, and they stayed put. The feminists stayed in their little box in Tumblr, and they stayed there until, I believe it was 2015, when Yahoo came in and bought Tumblr. And they banned porn. Porn was the thing that kept these feminists together because they hated each other. Every time, like every once in a while, I would just go into one of these girls' blog, and there was always drama against some other blog. There was always something. You know, the saying, nobody hates women more than other women. Exemplified there. Everything. But the one thing that kept them all glued together was porn. That's what kept them together. So what happens when Yahoo buys it and says, no more porn? No more porn. They freak out. They can't just not have their porn. They need their porn. So feminist Tumblr migrates to Reddit. And the problem is, in Reddit, there was no one subreddit. They didn't know how to... Creating subreddits back in 2015 was nearly impossible. You needed to get approved by admins. You had to go... I tried getting a subreddit up for myself, for my radio station. It was impossible. It was... I don't know how it is now. I stopped using it after 2016. But it was impossible. And these girls tried to get r/Tumblr to become their safe haven. And the mods said... And the admins of Reddit said no. So what happened? These people, who are always very outspoken, just started going all over Reddit. And since they already held left-wing views, they just started going further and further in until they became the ones in power. Very quickly. Because if there's one thing Tumblr feminists knew how to do, and know damn well how to do, is how to ostracize people. How to shame somebody into apologizing. And this is right when identity politics was heating up on Reddit. And this all started because Yahoo decided to ban porn on Tumblr. If Yahoo... I am of the firm belief that if Yahoo had not banned porn, none of this would have happened. Hillary Clinton would probably not be... Hillary Clinton would probably still have not gotten elected. But the freakouts and the weird leftist ideology that we have right now would not be anywhere near as prevalent as it is. We would not have DEI. So my conspiracy theory is that Yahoo is directly responsible for DEI. In other words, Yahoo, they did not do 9/11, but Yahoo is responsible for Dragon Age: The Veilguard being as bad as it is. That's my conspiracy theory. That's my conspiracy theory right here. But there you go. This is how Reddit went from being a fairly balanced place. Because don't forget, we used to have the Donald. We used to have the Donald back in Reddit. AJ would be proud. Hey, mine makes sense. Mine makes sense because I saw both sides of this. Because I was in Tumblr and I would see the feminists. I would see them. It would happen. Every once in a while, one of them would post some of their weird fucking porn, or some of their weird fan art, or some of their weird feminist rants, and they all look exactly the same as what you see on Reddit nowadays. And I saw Reddit go from a super fun place where we had really fun message boards. You could have conversations, man. I had conversations on Reddit about whether or not Trump would actually be a good pick at the start without getting banned. Like, you could actually say positive shit on Reddit outside of the Donald. The Donald existed. That was, for those of you who don't know, the Donald used to be the subreddit dedicated to Donald Trump. That was a thing. That was 100% a thing. And then the infection of the current leftist cultural movement infiltrated Reddit. And the thing is, Reddit was a growing platform. And it was a place a lot like Twitter. A lot like Twitter. That had a lot of influence. It was becoming very influential because you could get a very direct democracy type of place, and you could get news from here. It was a very, very fun place. And it was slowly taken over by the Tumblr feminists. To the point that it still is. Let's go to Reddit. I hate the interface. I hate the interface. What happened to my Reddit, dude? Oh my god. Okay, why is this? Can we get like non-Hungary? Can we go to? I don't know how to navigate this anymore. Fuck off. Can I get some? Fuck off. The old subdomain. Let's go to r/all. Patrick, welcome to today. How you doing? How you doing, by the way? News, world news. Oregon Live in r/news. CNN for world news. Fair. Okay, it's not as bad as I expected. You know, the first couple, political. Ooh, hang on. I know which one. r/politics. MAGA launches increasingly horrific attacks after Trump's win. Let's go top of today. Democrats should have listened to Bernie Sanders, historians say. Absolutely. Oldest. Oh, old. Yeah. Old Reddit. Thank you. Old Reddit. You cannot visit because the website uses HTSH and it's temporarily... Fuck off. I can't... Whatever. We were in politics. r/politics. Yeah. It was that domain, you know, old.reddit.com, and I'm an idiot. Old.reddit.com. And oh, there we go. Stop giving me Hungary. It used to be top. Yeah, this is how it used to look like. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much. I am old enough to remember when people used Fox News on r/politics. You could use Fox News on r/politics. You could use what's it called? What's another right wing? Not human events. No, I don't think post-millennial existed back then. But you could use right wing and right wing things. Breitbart. Yes, we would have Breitbart. We would have Fox News hitting the top. The discussions were there. A lot of the times they were disagreeing, but the discussions were there. I'm old enough to remember seeing that myself. These are all of these. This is not r/politics. This is r/Democrats. And the entirety of Tumblr. But I tell you, the wording, the verboseness, all of this, the freakouts, the blue hair, everything, every single thing of this I saw on Tumblr in 2009. From the Tumblr feminists. The Tumblr blue hairs, we would call them. The blue hair feminists. The blue hair man haters. That's what we used to call them. I saw this 15 years ago. Had they stayed? One, I don't think Kamala would have been vice president. They would have probably picked someone else. Maybe Biden would have stayed, but everything we are seeing, all the hysteric, it's very Mercury style AIDS, worse, yeah, even worse. And it's all because these people took over Reddit. And it goes back to my initial point. Sleepy Joe was in a tough state. He really was, but he was the best thing they could bring. But let me go back, right? So we have, in order for a space to be left-wing, it must be 100% dominated by the left in every single aspect, as observed by Reddit. The furthest right you will see on Reddit right now is saying that they should have listened to Bernie. Nothing else here is... Nothing here. Everything is bashing the right, or praising the left. One of the two. It's 100% controlled by the left. This is how a space is left-wing. A space is right-wing or far-right or considered any flavor of right-wing when at least some of it is where the right can express itself freely. It can be 99% left-wing and 1% right-wing. But because the right can express itself freely, the space is right-wing. The entire space is right-wing. Example? Twitter. X.com. It's gone more to like 50-50 now. But even then, politics flows in one side. Politics flows in one end. If you have a... Here's the logic, right? Here's the logic. And it goes back to the left being cannibalistic. And it's something that they're going to have to change. Let's say we have... 1, 2, 3... Let's make this one a triangle. No arms, because we are for disabled. Let's make this one extremely fat. 4, 5. Let's make this one short. Not a child, just short. We have 5 people here. This group, and let's give them the extreme versions of the political thing. So if at extreme left, they're communists. If the extreme right wing, they're fascists. Let's say all 5 of these people are communists. Under the left wing's ideology, this group is left wing. This group foments left wing ideology, and they are good people because they are left wing. Now, if one of these is a fascist, right-winger, and let's say they are taking a picture together. They're taking a picture together, so these are 5 left-wingers, you know, 5 communists. And they take a beautiful picture. They are in a group photo, just taking a picture. This is a left-wing group, according to the left. This guy, maybe like this guy over here, like maybe this guy is not left-wing enough. Maybe he's only 99% communist. But you know, we'll still take it, right? We'll still take it. We'll still take it. The other ones, full in, right? If this guy turns out to be a fascist, and they all took a picture together, the entire group... Shit, I gave him a longer leg. The entire group is now fascists. Because they platformed a fascist. Therefore, the entirety of the group is fascist. This guy was 99% left. These other ones, 100%. There's 150 because he's short. I'm short, I don't care. Guilt by association, indeed. So now that all of these people are now considered fascist right-wingers, it doesn't matter what they say. They stood next to a fascist and didn't punch him. Therefore, all of them are fascists now. So what's going to happen? Maybe this one over here is going to grovel for the next several years and ask for forgiveness. Is going to cry and cry and cry for many years until she gets accepted back, but not fully. This one's probably going to die in 5 years of heart attack, so this one's out. This one is going to be like, okay, fine, I'm out. And just completely leaves politics. Now goes focus on something else. And the guy that was 99%? Oh shit. Maybe I am going to embrace it. So what happens? The left had 4 people here, but because of their insane approach to things, which once again is their inability to handle hate and hatred, now they lost 4 people. Just because they were in close proximity to one person of the opposition. You have this happen enough for a long enough period of time, and you get this. You get this. This is how it makes sense. This is how it adds up. This is how the maths. This is how the maths here. Guys, 99% should be confused for a time being turncoat. Yeah, like eventually, yeah. But there you go. This is how you land here. So what the left needs to do is they need to completely undo this and rebrand themselves. So that happens when half the nation just gives up and don't vote. It wasn't half the nation, man. 73 million, 69 million, I think. Eligible voters, I think it was about 20 million people that didn't vote. If they have enough self-awareness for that, of course. And what's going to happen is that they are going to get less. And Simply, by the way, welcome to today. How you doing? Simply Steve. What's going to happen is that the left, as we know it, the current cultural left, now that they are starting, they have lost cultural power. They have lost the culture in all of these states. Like, here is the one that still shocks me the most. I'm not shocked by Arizona. I'm not shocked by Nevada. I'm not. It is impressive that Trump won every single swing state. Look at the margin of victory here. 12 points. New York used to be a Democrat plus 20, plus 25, plus 30. Now it's plus 12. Next election, it might be up for grabs. That's how much they fucked up. New York, one of the strongest Democrat strongholds of all time, is now only 12 points away. It used to be 30. It used to be impossible. It's 1 million votes. It's less than 1 million votes. Kamala won it for about 900,000 votes. Let's check 2020. Biden won it by 2 million. Well over 2 million votes. Nearly 2 million votes. Well over 20 points. 2016 election. Yeah, Republicans won the popular vote. Something that I don't think we had seen in a very... Oh, fuck off. Hillary Clinton, similar margin. 23 points. Biden, 23 points. Okay, that stayed consistent. So, Bush part 2. Yeah, there you go. You see polls all the time. The reason Trump won is because of Xism. Yeah, and because the left is reductive. They cannot understand. Anything that they disagree with is hate. And hate is not something you entertain. Go back to toxic positivity. A lot of Dems were angry about what happened to Biden, so they refused to vote for Harris as well. The Democrats played this like that. Every mistake the Democrats could have made this election, they made. Every mistake that they did. And it's because they painted themselves into a corner from the very beginning. Bringing Biden in was incredibly short-sighted. Because they did not set themselves up for a victory in 2024. At no point did they do it. They thought that the procedural changes would be enough to set themselves up for a victory in 2024. They thought it wouldn't get challenged. They thought it wouldn't happen. And it did. And yes, the Republicans... So it's been 20 years. And Bush won second time because we had the 9/11 euphoria going on. So yeah, it makes sense. They were trying to sneak it up, yeah, which is why, like, there were reports. I remember seeing plenty of reports. I saw plenty of reports of irregularities happening, but the problem is the Republicans knew what happened already. It happened once, it can't happen again. And the Democrats thought they could pull it off, and they couldn't. This time, the Republicans were ready. And if you are prepared, fortune favors the bold and the prepared. The Democrats were bold, they were not prepared. The Republicans were bold, and they were prepared. They had a primary without Joe Biden, who would be the candidate. That's exactly right. She couldn't win. The Democrats right now, because of their culture, because of their bad decisions of the past 10, 15 years, they don't have a solid candidate. They don't have a solid figurehead. They don't have any solid candidates. They don't have anyone right now. They have 4 years to completely reinvent themselves. The strongest person they have right now is AOC. Or Gavin Newsom. Those are their two biggest figureheads right now. AOC, how old is it? How old is AOC? AOC is 35. Oh, so she finally qualifies to become president. She could have run this time around. But they knew that the fervor for Donald Trump, too much. Too much. Too much. Oh my god, I would love to see a JD Vance and AOC debate. That would be so fun. I just want... I said it before. I want 75 terms of JD Vance after this. I want like... Yeah, Donald Trump, really cool. Very nice. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. He wins bigly. And he deports all the illegals. He stabilizes the economy. And he brings on a golden era for the American people. Gladly. Yeah. JD Vance for God Emperor of Mankind. Will Vance be president next? I think he might. I think he might. The guy... You can disagree with him on policy, and the guy will figure out a way. The old Dems need to get out of the way, and that the progressives take over. The old Dem party is dead. The problem is that the progressives infected their way inside, and the current progressive culture, as we explained earlier, is that of toxic positivity. The progressives need to reinvent themselves. The progressives need to learn how to handle the emotion of hate. This is something that they need to do. If you cannot handle hate, you cannot handle most emotions. You cannot handle the anger that comes from hate. If you cannot handle the anger that comes from hate, you cannot handle anger. If you cannot handle anger, you cannot handle pressure. If you cannot handle pressure, you cannot handle opposition. If you cannot handle opposition, you are a child. If you cannot handle pressure, you are a child. And if you're a child, you must not be in charge of anything, ever, until you grow up into an adult. Adults know how to deal with hatred, know how to handle hatred. When an adult feels hatred, an adult knows how to process it, and knows how to properly dispose of it. An adult knows how to process and dispose of hatred. The old Democrats folded to the progressives. Absolutely. We saw that in the past 4 years. And the progressives don't know how to handle hate. The current progressives have a culture of toxic positivity. It is cannibalistic. It eats itself. It reduces itself. And it is very, very unhealthy. It is extremely unhealthy. There's a reason why. Let's do an experiment. Left-winger. Google image, search, not left-winger. Hang on. Leftist activist. Let's search for leftist activist. It was all football because left winger is a position in this. I mean, stop letting progressives take over. There you go. Yeah. It makes me very uncomfortable as a lifelong conservative that suddenly we're the party of the working class and young. What the fuck happened? The cultural shift happened. That's that. It's the pendulum. The pendulum swings. The pendulum swings. Okay. Right-wing activist. Image search. This woman, dude. Okay. Okay. Okay, which one is which, though? Hang on, I want the unopposed. These are not right-wing activists. Okay. Here we have something. It's bizarre, though. The point of all, in my opinion, to chill out and new crazy ideas increase stability. Bernie Sanders put out a statement and was on point. I haven't seen it, and I'm probably going to see it later. Okay. It's not Baby Oil Nick. How you doing? Welcome to today. Shit, it's 1 a.m. I don't care. Okay. Alright. I've written these two terms down. No to be funny or hip? No. There are two ways of seeing conservatism. The worship of ashes or the preservation of fire. Will Europe change culture? It is. It is changing culturally a lot. Conservatives and traditionalists fall in overall one of two fields. And this is more on the figurative way of speaking. Progressivism falls also into one of these two overall fields. The expansion of the light or the burning down of everything. This is where the Republicans were during the past, before Trump. This is where the Republicans are going to. This is where the progressives were during Obama. And during Clinton and everybody. This is where they are now. If we don't like it, burn it down. That's one of the most common slogans right now of the left. These two are destructive, self-destructive, and dangerous. The Obama did weird shit too. He did. He did. And again, this is where the catalyst started. Obama took it from the expansion of light to the burning down of everything. Yeah, like Obama, the whistleblowers, the extrajudicial assassinations, the bombing of Yemen. Yeah, no, Obama, no. No, I liked some of the things he did. He was not a good president. I would put him same net negative as Bush. Same net negative as Bush. Both. Padrege, welcome to the mosh pit. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to today again. Once again, welcome to today. The McConnell, Cheney, Bush Republicans were those of the worship of ashes. And they have... Now they are turning towards the preservation of fire. Of the fire. I would say the last great progressive, Clinton, like during these times. They were of the expansion of the light, bring light to new unforeseen horizons. And now it's the burn it down. Both sides are guilty of promoting violence? Yes, and usually when you see it on the right, it gets very quickly disavowed by the people who are in control. Very fast. Very fast. It gets disavowed. The left, well, we have these guys over here. How many assassinations attempts were on Kamala? Exactly. Exactly. To be fair, Kamala is the type that couldn't be fucked. Mostly peaceful. That is the phrase, yes. Mostly peaceful, yes. The anti-fascist. And this is the culmination, the violent culmination of all the leftist progressive ideology. It's not even progressive, it's regressive. Like right now, because of the culture of toxic positivity, it's no longer progressive. It's done a 180 and you're going backwards. You're progressing but backwards. At some point, somebody just did the switcheroo and turned you around and you're progressing. Progressing just means to keep moving forward. But at some point, somebody decided, oh, well, yeah, no, but let's just go this direction instead. And that's where it is. You're saying in general, not what gets the most press? The Summer of Love, this, I'm pretty sure, like, when it comes to, now is Antifa toxic positive? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I have friends who are part of Antifa, who have been part of Antifa. I don't know if they're still, I don't think they still are. I think they finally grew up. Antifa is the culmination of this. How is Antifa toxic positive? Everything Antifa does is for the good of the party. And during the Summer of Love, a good chunk of the riots were Antifa. It was for racial justice, you know. It was to avenge the death of St. George Floyd. Don't get more toxic than that. I've met Antifa people. They are Tumblr feminists. They are I need more steak. Hang on. I'm gonna go grab another bite of my steak out here. I'm just getting hungry. People murder January 6th and justifiably so. Yep. And okay, I'm gonna address that in a second. Hang on. Hang on. Just getting more water, too. Dude, this steak was so good. It is. The courthouse protests. You mean the courthouse siege? Those were no protests. That was a siege. Almost medieval. Okay. One of the big mistakes that the right made for many years was merely pointing out the hypocrisy of the left. Merited. It's annoying. You have... When we take the two tenets that I spoke of earlier, right? Rejection of linear time and the inability to handle hatred. This causes a lot of inherent contradictions within the ideology, and it does not allow you to address any of it without just kicking out the person who asks questions. An ideology like that makes no sense at the current form that it is, is incapable of recognizing hypocrisy because it's inherently, at best, hypocritical. At best. Took over section for Seattle over it was horrible. But when you do a whataboutism with the left, of course. Yes, of course. You care about the whatabout. They don't. Because for them, this is morally justified. And everything makes sense. It's the same way you have the... What was it? The abortion thing, right? That, what was it? Only women can have an opinion on abortion. I write so good. Only women can have an opinion about abortion. No womb, no opinion. That used to be the thing. Only women. Tifa is delusional. Yeah. Oh. I love the Handmaid's Tale thing. Whenever anything happens, it's the Handmaid's Tale. Okay, back to this. Only women can have an opinion about abortion. Got a bit of pepper in my teeth. Trans women are women. Trans women are male. Men are male. By this logic, men can also have an opinion about abortion. Because trans women are women, which women can have an opinion about abortion. Men are male. Trans women are biologically male. That's the reality. Sex is male. Oh, I put the arrow here in the wrong way. This logic is what we would assume. Only women can have an opinion about abortion. Trans women are women. Trans women are male. Men are male. Men can have an opinion about abortion. But the ideology is not built on this kind of linear logic. It's not built on a logic that makes sense. Because when you say this, no, all of this is invalid. Shut the fuck up. Get out. Get banned. Banned from Reddit for life for being a sexist and a transphobe. Because the ideology itself doesn't make sense. Because the ideology is built with many separate bubbles that have to be parallel to each other and never once come into contact with each other. So you have the women's and abortion thing, you have the trans thing, you have the BLM, you have all the other ideas, sub-ideas that you have from the left. And many of these, if they were to come in contact with one another, there would be conflict. These ideas would be incompatible. So what happens? Toxic positivity. The inability of dealing with hate or pressure. You just don't acknowledge that they're there. You just do not even acknowledge it. Person doesn't really like to help making drinking. I try to take things from sex and gender because the ideology to talk. Yeah, no, and what I'm making here is the point. Like, I'm not talking about... this is not about abortion. This is not about trans. This is about an ideology that navigates itself in a very erroneous way That makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's inherently contradictory. Inherent contradictions, circular logic, and all of this. Exactly. You cannot argue in that zone. So whenever you point out hypocrisy, you're trying to make a logical argument. You're trying to appeal to somebody's morality. But when the morality is this, where's North? There is no North. North is a social construct. North is a social it's a patriarchal, capitalistic social construct designed to sell you compasses, not to guide you. They don't believe in guidance. And saying as, I use analogy to take out loader terms. Yeah. Yeah. So my point here is mainly, I use that example as a very extreme one, but the problem is, when you try to point out hypocrisy about an ideology that is inherently hypocritical and inherently averse to questioning, the answer you're going to get is going to be either deflection, completely ignoring the issue, or aggression. The answer's back here. It really depends on how you do it, and a lot of people who are more reasonable will do this, and that's why I'm saying this becomes a cannibalistic ideology, and that's why it is continuously shrinking. Because to keep up with the ideology, just look at the current, not trans flag, pride flag. Sorry, I it keeps changing. It's ever changing. The Japanese flag over time. Minor changes over time until we reach the ultimate, right? The pride flag over time slowly has been doing this. Sketchy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. My favorite thing about the trans flag, not the trans, I keep calling it a trans flag, because it's the one used by the trans activists right now. I don't know whose oversight it was, or if it was on purpose, but is my favorite thing about this flag. How do I rotate? Rotate. Wait, shit, I fucked up. Yeah, rotation is rotate. I don't know how nobody saw this. Fuck, is one more? How the fuck did no one see this? Catch you around, Sketchy. Thank you for hanging out. I just saw it. Alex Joe saw it. This is the funniest shit to me. And to me, one of the most emblematic things about this flag is that you see what once was a very legitimate movement slowly being taken over by a series of ideologies that make zero sense. They make zero sense together. In general, make zero sense. So, there you go. There's that. There's that. Yeah, I still love the swastika that you can make out of the current pride flag. Like, y'all are insane. Y'all need a new flag. Y'all need a new flag. Y'all need something that doesn't physically look like the ideology taking over a movement that once had complete merit. Physical representation of invasive. Yeah, it's a representation of the invasive nature of the ideologies that have taken over. It really is, and it's mind blowing. To me, it's mind blowing that is even the case. So there you go. It's almost 2 a.m. over here. It's well over past 1 a.m. I need to go to sleep. I need to put away the food that we made at 8, and I need to go clean the kitchen. So I'm gonna go to sleep at like 2. We've been at this for several hours now. Like, we finished Resident Evil at like 11. This was really good. I was not expecting the political conversation to be this good, but there you go. Next time I'll give you the story of why I left Guatemala. How about that? I'll be back on Monday. So there you go. That's gonna be it for me today. GG's, everybody. Good stuff. I really enjoyed it. Great first cooking stream. If you missed it, the VOD is gonna go up in a moment. I think I can put it up now. I think I can publish it now. Yes, there it is. So if you missed the cooking stream, there you go. We made steak, we made fried rice, and we made potatoes. Really good stuff. I'll be back on Monday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We're gonna chill. We're gonna start the nonary games. We're gonna play Zero Escape, one of the best story games ever made. I mean it. So we're gonna be there, and yeah, Tuesday we're gonna be throat singing. And Wednesday we're gonna have a jam and shred, and Thursday we're gonna hang out, and Friday we might cook again. So with that, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for the follows, thank you for the subs, thank you for altogether keeping cool heads after talking about such delicate issues. Very much appreciated. I very much appreciate it. So kudos to you. Kudos to me. And kudos to all of you. Thank you for hanging out. Have yourselves a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I will see you all next time. Follow the channel if you haven't. Join the Discord if you haven't. And I'll see you on Monday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. You can check the local time on the schedule, either on Discord or on the Twitch channel. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good night. Goodbye.